What's going on, guys? Today we kind of got some sad gaming news. Google is closing its Stadia service. Now, I don't really know anyone who's actually used Stadia for actually playing games, but it's kind of a cool concept of online gaming, basically just gaming in the cloud. You don't actually need any physical device behind the Stadia equipment. You don't need a game PC or a console. You just play with your internet connection. But it was always kind of doomed to fail in a way. But yeah, they're going to be cancelling it, and basically looks like they're going to be refunding more everyone, or at least people who've bought. I think he said something like the Google front store as well. Google has promised refunds to players who purchased its Stadia controller as well as any games or add-on content. The refunds will be complete by mid-July, or their estimated refunds mid-July. So following this, we're kind of wondering, what's going to happen to the people's game saves and stuff, because people put time into these games, and they want to preserve the save files. Some people such as Bungie, Ubisoft, and IO are looking to salvage the plans or something. Moving titles, not really sure what they're going to do just yet by reading this, and they're going to announce stuff further on. And then, one of the problems with Stadia is that it works off the internet. You're always going to have a form of internet lag, just because it takes time for you to put the process in and for it to travel to the data center where the data will be processed and sent back. Now, for things like streaming, this doesn't matter because it's just content that you don't interact with fully. You're not interacting with a movie. You're playing, pausing, you might fast forward. You're not putting in input lag. You're not putting an input in that could cause lag the same. Again, where milliseconds do actually matter to the experience. And this is shown very widely by people who buy game monitors and stuff with 1 millisecond delay and input peripherals that cut down delay so they can have the fastest response time in games and be that competitive side. Streaming gaming doesn't really lend itself to that type of gamer because of the input lag. Means they won't have the same competitive advantage that someone who has native hardware. And the other problem with cloud gaming is it also depends on how far away you are from the service. So really only big guys like Google, like Microsoft, and people with big data centers can actually offer a service that could possibly provide cloud gaming experience, because you have to be near a data center, and the further away it is, the more input lag or delay you're going to have in your game. So in a way, it was always kind of doomed to fail. It's not really good for games like Call of Duty or games like Rainbow Six Siege or any other first person game. It could be good for maybe strategy games, turn-based strategy games, online gaming. One of the things I do like about online gaming from Xbox is that on Game Pass you can actually try different games out before you actually download them, and maybe a half an hour experience in the cloud is all you need, because you can just download it and get the full experience. But nice way to demo a game before you go to all the trouble of actually downloading it. But I do think this is typical of Google. They are known for just axing projects left and right. I think the problem with Google is they have this history of just, if it doesn't take off, axe it, cut your losses, move on. Granted, they did not technology they could probably use in other areas of the business, probably where they'll use some Stadia stuff, or maybe virtualization or something, because I imagine you need a lot of server power, and that's obviously a lot of cost to maintain a service like this where people can use it, and it's obviously high processing because you're processing the game on the server side, which means you're going to require more higher end equipment than something like a Google Drive would use, for example, if you were to one for each user type scenario. But I feel like maybe they promoted this a bit better and did some other things with Stadia other than promoting it. And then I kind of forgot it existed, to be honest with you, until I heard they were closing it. And that's just typical, because they don't really promote these things outside of their initial launch. And I feel like it was dead on arrival. It's not really a product everyone can access in the world, either on PC gaming or console gaming. It really is tied to how fast your internet is and how close you are geographically. But yeah, what do you guys think about Stadia closing? Did you ever use Stadia? Have you tried something like GeForce Now or Xbox's service? I think PlayStation might have one. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.